Happening tomorrow, an historic day in court after more than 50 hours of testimony. Closing arguments are set to begin in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial.
That means we could learn the verdict sometime this week. CBS 2's Charlie DeMar is looking ahead to what we should expect. Charlie.
Joe and Erica, former President Donald Trump has not had much time on the campaign trail during his 6-week criminal trial, which could be in the hands of a jury this week. Former President Donald Trump hit the campaign trail this Memorial Day weekend at a NASCAR race.
Are you going to win North Carolina?
You believe so.
Trump has spent the better part of the last 6 weeks in a New York courtroom, where he'll return Tuesday for closing arguments. Jury instructions could come as soon as Wednesday, and then the case would be in their hands for deliberations.
You worry about what happens behind that closed door. 9 out of 10 times, you're wrong as a lawyer and a judge because you can't predict what a jury is going to do.
CBS 2 analyst Irv Miller says if the jury is unable to reach a verdict,
the judge will bring them back into the courtroom and he will read a new instruction to them. It's called an Allen charge. It's also known as a dynamite charge to try to jolt this jury into making a verdict.
Prosecutors will remind the jury of 7 men and 5 women about the alleged sexual encounter with Stormy Daniels and the so-called hush money paid to her by Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, who testified that the payments to Daniels were in exchange for her silence. Trump's legal team will poke holes in Cohen's character.
In this case, obviously, he's not a credible witness, but he can be corroborated.
President Joe Biden's campaign for re-election will come as his son Hunter will stand trial in the coming weeks, accused of unlawfully buying a gun and making false statements on the purchase form, claiming he was not using drugs at the time.
Some courts have held that the Second Amendment supersedes any issue of a gun law that Congress has passed dealing with drug addiction and not being able to have a firearm.
And both of these trials heating up as the race to the White House is also intensifying. We are told that we are just, of course, a month away from that first debate between Trump and Biden. Reporting live in the control room, I'm Charlie DeMar, CBS 2 News. Joe and Erica.
Thank you, Charlie.